What up, everybody? This your boy Bill Bellamy, and you are here. Top Billin, the #1 podcast for the culture, the movement, and the discussion. I am bringing you the music. People talk about, oh, is R&B going away? No, it ain't. It's back. It's vibrant. There's so many amazing, talented artists. I'm dropping them here on Top Billin. This young man, I had the wonderful connection of just going through my music list, and he popped up. But then he popped up again, and then he popped up again. All the way from DC, the DMV, Kevin Ross. 2 top 10 singles back to back. #1 single right now, Sweet Release, and he's here with us on Top Billin, Hollywood, California. Let's make some noise for Kevin Ross in the building, singer, songwriter, and producer in the building. That's how we do it, Katz. Yes, come on, bro. Yeah. You earned it.
I appreciate it.
Come on, man. Listen, man. In the state of social media and this new world of how we're getting our music, I find it actually wonderful for me, a guy who's from the MTV era, where I used to know every artist that was coming out, and I would know when the album was dropping, who was in the studio, and the songwriters. Till now, I'll just get suggested music. Yeah. And you're highly suggested, by the way. I appreciate that. I mean, they love you. They love you. Yeah. The algorithm is on your side. Now, coming up from a music background, for all those who don't know, there is a lot of talented people from the DMV. I'm just gonna give you a couple names: Trey Songz, Pharrell, The Clips, Missy Elliott, Timbaland. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Kevin Ross. It is something in that water. Yeah, it's something in the water.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. How did you get into the music game?
My father, he sings, so he was singing at weddings and churches and all this stuff like that, and so just following him around and caught the bug early, put me onto a lot of music. You know, my dad in the 90s, he's in his 20s, he's an old soul, so he playing, you know, the stylistics, the Delphonics, you know what I'm saying? Like he going
cooking
back. Yeah. So, you know, I got that all in me. And so at the end of the day, it was like when it was time for me to do talent shows, I just had this arsenal. Right. I just kind of developed over time. I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts, so shout out to Ellington. And then from there, went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and then started writing down in Atlanta.
Wow. Yeah. And as a songwriter, man, you've definitely made a lot of collaborations, from Trey Songz to Jamie Foxx to Tony Braxton. Like, how do you match? I had another artist a couple episodes back. How do you match? Like, I was talking with Eric Bellinger, and he's another one of my favorite guys. EB. How do you just like go, oh man, this is so Tony Braxton, or this is, you know what I mean? How do you find the artist to match what you're feeling?
It just depends. It depends on, like, you know, when we write, sometimes we're not even writing for the artist, and then sometimes the song finds the artist and what they're going through, and that's how we land the placement. Whoa. At times we'll actually be in with the artist, and we can understand where they're mentally at and understand their lifestyle. Like, so for Trey's stuff, I was there at his house, understanding his lifestyle, just being there every day and saying, okay, this is the space that he's in. I can really write true to that and for him to feel authentic. Tony wrote the song. Shout out to Antonio Dixon. Shout out to JQ. And they placed it on her, and it was just something in her life that it really reflected sex and cigarettes, and it became Grammy nominated. So, yeah, man.
Yo, it's amazing to me how that happens, because, you know, you could probably have something in your head this way, and then the artist will hear it, and it just come to life way beyond what you have imagined. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember Neo talking about writing that song for Beyonce back in the day, and I mean, yeah, I would have never thought that Neo would write that song for her. Yeah. Like, and it was bonkers. Like, most people don't know that R. Kelly wrote Fortunate for Maxwell.
That's right.
Like that's right. But you don't think of R. Kelly with it. You just think of Maxwell's voice and his style. That's what I love about the songwriting game. Yeah. You know, it's almost like you're a wizard of sorts. You have all this talent, and you can put the sauce where you want.
That's it.
You could place it here, you could go over here, or maybe I could do a collabo, boom, boom, boom. Creatively, how do you write for yourself?
I mean, I think it's easy for me because, I mean, I know me better than anybody.
Cool.
And so sonically, I can go to a place to say, all right, where are the voids in R&B? Where are the voids in the genre to say, damn, I wish I had this type of tempo when I listen to Spotify. So I'm really basing it off of gaps and spaces where, you know, what's needed. And so that's kind of how I'm motivated in songwriting or writing for myself.
And you're an independent artist. This is this is the new wave to me. And I feel like you actually need to be independent to have control of your destiny. Because you know, I've been doing this almost 30 years, being in the industry. I came up as a comic and then went into the music industry through MTV, right? So I learned it like kind of backwards. But back in the day, I'm coming up, let's say 25 years old. If I got a record deal, I'd be like, oh my God, like, oh my God. Like I remember Jodeci, they told me they drove from North Carolina with $200 one way. We not going back. They sang in every lobby until they got signed. That's the story. And then Andre, boom, 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 right? So now artists are smarter. Artists have access to their fans already. So now I feel like you guys have more leverage. You don't have to sit there and like get the worst deal ever or be like, please, just sign me, please. I'll give you 32 albums for $1. You know? So now with the internet and SoundCloud and Spotify and YouTube, you guys can do stuff that's never been done before. You can leak a song if you feel like on a Wednesday. Do you like that power, and how have you utilized it?
Oh man, I love it. I mean, but it's still new. You know what I mean? Because you know, I say this, for major labels, they'll always be the fire. They're not the fire starter anymore. Right. But they'll put the gasoline on that thing.
And get it going.
You know what I'm saying?
We turn you up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
They'll turn your ass up in a second. However, you know, the greatest gift that we have, like you said, is social media, being able to connect with your fans, technology being at an all-time high in the sense of how we can maneuver, right? And then most importantly, understanding what you're worth. Right.
Facts.
So with my master, I was signed to a major label before being independent. So I had that experience to say I had a #1 R&B record with the major label. However, when certain opportunities would come about, they would just kind of disappear because they're like, oh, we already spent your budget. So I'm like, okay, well, what y'all spend it on? Right. How much is this record making? I got to look at the books, every 6 months? Then I got to hire an attorney to
every time.
There, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's taxing. So for me, going independent was the only way to go. Then understanding that there are no Percy Millers, there are no Brian Williams or AKA Birdman within the R&B space. It's all over the hip hop space. But when you think about all of the R&B heroes, they're all attached to major labels. And so now the Eric Bellingers of the world, the Kenyon Dixons of the world, the Brent Fayez of the world, and even myself, we're all independent artists paving a way for ourselves.
Yeah, man, it's groundbreaking, man. I speaking of hip hop, there's an artist that I love that I had a chance to interview on here called La Russell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's such a vibe. He's a cool kid, he's young, and he loved the culture, and it seems like he just embodies this new wave of all access to the fans. And the fans love that shit, bro. Yeah. And I think that's wonderful for you because you're writing such good music, man. It's like I feel like you are Kenny Lattimore's little brother. I don't know if you know Kenny can sing his ass off.
Kenny can go.
He can go. Like I only gonna say singers because I know my music. I don't mess around. I know my music, and I've heard so much music. Like I feel like different guys and girls have this unique thing about them. But then there's certain people that like I feel like they could be a match, like it's tone or control, and you have all those things as well. You know what I mean? You got a great voice, but you could just do it. You can make it dance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How do you get better at singing? I always wanted to ask that question.
Man, make a whole bunch of mistakes. You know what I mean?
That didn't work. That didn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, for me, it's like being in a lab, just like, a basketball player, putting up shots, you know what I mean? Or for a comedian going and doing a set over and over again in different cities until they get it mastered and get it right, to understand the timing of it. Same thing with vocals. It's like, I gotta understand, all right, where do I place these notes, the tone, the intentionality of it. You know what I mean? When can I free up? Because you can't run through the whole thing. You can't hit high notes all through it. So you got to take people on a journey. And so that's trial and error. You know what I mean? Until you find the right tone and pace for you. You know what I mean? And develop that own vocal signature.
Yeah, like this new single, Sweet Release, man. It is, like, I'll give you what I think it is. Sweet Release is like a song you ride with the top back.
Yeah.
It's just suave, it's smooth, and it makes you feel really good, just the tone and the vibe of how the song goes on. And I was like, damn, this is a dope ass song. I played it like 3 or 4 times in a row. One. This was recently. I said, man, I just like this motherfucker song. I didn't even know you was coming on. Yeah. I just was like, yo, man, this shit hard body, bro. And then you did a remake of Prototype.
Yeah, thank you, man.
That's one of my joints right there, Prototype. Because that song, reason I loved Prototype was it's just the essence of what that woman means to you.
Yeah.
She has the blah 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 for you. That's the frame that
Yeah.
right. And what you did to it was, I was like, this bro right here. God damn. You like Steph Curry, you can hit a shot from anywhere.
Come on, man. Come on. You put up enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So moving forward now, is you're doing really well. 2 top 10 singles back to back, which is really hard to do as an independent artist. And what about shows? Like, give me some ideas of where you performing and where you going from here.
Oh my gosh.
I know you ain't never home.
We back in DC next weekend, and then we have Detroit. I'm with Kelly Price in Detroit, and then we are in Chicago the next weekend, and then I want to say, dang, I forget, but yeah, we moving. Let's just say that.
I would love to come to your show. What would a Kevin Ross concert be like?
It's an experience, bro. I always want to make sure that the people feel connected to me. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's just my vocals on display. I'm gonna make sure that people really feel me, get to know me, understand what type of person I am, and I think that really shows on stage. Not just the smoothness, but I'm quirky at the same time, but I'm articulate. So they really get to see my humanity. So for people who go to the show, they really rock with Kevin Ross.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I mean? It's one thing for them to listen to the music, but then understand who I am as an artist, as a man, as a performer, and not to toot my own horn or whatever.
But you can, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You that dude. Come on. You can say it, man. I'm that dude.
But
I'm
you
him.
know what I'm saying?
I'm him.
As it pertains to the shows,
Yes.
it's been growth. You know what I mean? We started with 150 people in the audience to 300 people in the audience to 500 to now 750 to 1,000. So being indie and having to see that type of growth, I've only been indie for 4 years.
That's gangster, man.
You know what I mean? So to me, it means everything, and I want for people to continue to experience the show, and to see the band and the background singers and everything that we bring. Like, there's something for everybody. That's what I'll say. If I'm coming to a city near you, you do not want to miss my show. It is something for everybody. For sure.
God, bro, you just reminded me, babe, when I first. You just took me back. I had a Raphael Sadiq moment. Ooh. And he's one of my dudes, man. He can do everything. I mean, he's like a baby Prince. Like, he can play every goddamn instrument. He can sing. He can do everything, and he give you a show. And that's what I love about entertainment, right? Yeah. Like your dad. I guess I'm kind of old school, but I came up watching music from guys that were entertainers and performers. That's like that, it was a show. Like, nobody was half-stepping. Everything was choreographed. Everything meant something. Everything was purposeful. The old school things. Yeah. And it's a good trait to have as an artist, right? And so now, knowing that your dad influenced you in such a way, it gives you an upper hand in a way, because now you I got a little bit of expertise from the source that told me we can go all the way over here. Yeah. We can do this. We ain't got to do it that way. We can flip and come back to that. Boom, 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 boom. And now your show travels. It's interesting, people. Because I just learned that going to see Usher. Yeah. And I've known Usher his whole career. Yeah. And but seeing him live in Vegas took me to a place where I appreciated his talent in an incredibly different way, because I was just like, wow, he really got a lot of talent. Yeah. It's not like you just said earlier, it's not just the voice. It's everything.
Yep. Yep.
Would you be interested in teaming up with some of the other artists?
Oh hell yeah, man! I'm open to. I don't know if I can curse on here, but yeah,
you can.
Yeah.
Hell yeah is good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah means you mean it.
I'm always down to work with people. I mean, the latest single I got out that just came out on Friday is called "Ready For" featuring Eric Bellinger.
Oh yeah,
so
that's EB.
I'm all with collaborations, man. Especially with like my peers and stuff like that. Like, it means a lot as far as for people to rock with me and for us to get that synergy, but then also just to keep the genre in a great space.
Yeah,
that's
man.
important.
I love R&B, and I have supported so many of these artists, man. I love the vibe. I want to say your class, because you guys have such talent. Lucky Day, Brent Frias, you got Snow Allegra, you got Maida, Snow. No, you got Maida, Scissor, her. I mean, y'all firing from every angle. You know, Tierra Thomas.
Yeah.
She
Super
came
talented.
She came on here and sing. Y'all do it all now. But back in the day, most cats would just be a performer. No, y'all singing, y'all producing, writing for each other, y'all jumping on tracks together. Yeah. Like, I love what y'all doing. Is it on purpose?
Absolutely. I mean, we all we got. And especially in the state of where R&B is right now, I mean, you know, just a couple months ago, they were saying R&B was dead. So we really had to, you know, put it back to where it needed to be. We're in a reconstruction phase.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or a rehabilitation phase. Right. It's not the R&B that people loved in the 90s and 2000s, because it's different marketing dollars too. We don't have the luxury of MTV. We don't have the luxury of the BET vehicles. Nothing like that. All we got are DSPs and Spotify, YouTube. Correct. And it's what we put inside of that. However, it's really just about saying, yo, let's just put everything on the table. If you could produce. If you could write. You know what I'm saying? You play an instrument, like, you need to show it all, because the attention span is just like that. It's gone. They scroll up, they scroll down, they may look at something, they may like it, they may laugh a little bit, and then you just a distant memory. How can you keep them in tune?
Engaged.
How can you make them remember? You know what I mean? Like, they need to remember you. So it's not, it has to be more than a voice. It has to be more than just this singular thing. At this point, you need to be multifaceted.
Yeah, and I don't know if people are getting this vibe from you. You a businessman, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're not here for shits and giggles. You dig? You like, I'm on my paper and I'm about my business, and I love that. I had Wiz Khalifa on. He was the same way, man. It was so refreshing to see guys that are young that they got their head on right about the business. Yeah. And let's get this paper, but also just be diligent about where you're going and why you're doing it, and so you can get there, right? And speaking of projects, we got something, boy, we about to show you.
Come on.
Let me show you.
Let's let
them know what the young entrepreneurs are doing right now. Can we talk about this amazing bottle of vodka right here? It is 1865. It's
General Order number 3.
General Order number 3. Talk about it.
General Order number 3, as you all know, 1865 is when we celebrate Juneteenth, right? And so in Texas, they gave a General Order number 3 to everyone, saying that, hey, you're free. So it's really just a historical piece of representation of our freedom.
Wow.
Within our community and within our culture. So yeah.
And is it smooth?
Oh, it's smooth as hell.
It's
great.
How do they do it? 20 times over. I forgot how they do vodka. They distill 3,000 times over the Appalachian Alps, and then the vodka come out off the ice.
Yeah.
You ever did it? You ever had that before?
No.
One time, it was so funny. Me, my wife, and a bunch of her friends and stuff. We were in Vegas, right? And it was so fun that we went in a cold vodka place. It's freezing. And you put on the and you be in there, your teeth is shattering, but they pour it off the ice, but it go down smooth, but you be drunk for 3 days. So it's very smooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what made you want to get off into the spirit business?
I mean, it's really all about partnerships that make sense. You know what I mean? You know, being a person of color, being an independent entrepreneur, and understanding what it's like to get something off of the ground. I actually did a show for the person that started the company, and I didn't know. And so I just seen all of these bottles, and I'm just drinking and talking, and I'm like, man, this is really good. He's like, yeah, this is my company, and I'm like, okay, this is dope. Like, let's figure out how we can do business together. This makes sense. And so, you know, the relationship started from there, and you know, of course, putting the bottles in the music videos, and you know, making sure that we're on here talking about it. And,
yeah,
you know,
man.
and
it's
it's
those impressions.
Yeah, and it's lifestyle at the end of the day, and it fits my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So,
super smooth.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You smooth like vodka, baby. I see you, Kevy. I see you, Kevy.
Yeah.
So now that you got these two top, now the pressure's on, because you know most people don't get one hit that's in the top 10. You got two back-to-back joints. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
What's on the horizon that the fans would want to know?
Let's see. More acting opportunities are coming my way. Thank goodness. We have a new project coming out called Midnight Microdose Volume 2, which comes out September 15th. We have an album that's coming out top of 2024. Seeing a lot more of General Order Number 3.
Yes.
Seeing a lot more just of it's me being involved in just multiple different things. I mean, whether that's in movies, being soundtracks, syncs, whatever. We just did 2 songs off of the Creed 3 soundtrack. You know what I mean? So that was super dope. So I want to get more involved in stuff like that as well. Building out my production company even more, Our Society Music Group. Adding more artists, writers, producers, you know, hopefully to cultivate a sync house eventually one day. So
yeah, I want to connect you with some cats too when we finish the interview too, because I'm just thinking of, like, while you're talking, I'm just thinking of producers that I know that are super dope, like Rodney Jerkins, you know what I'm saying? Tim and Bob, you got Damon Thomas down in Atlanta. That's one of my guys that, you know, it's wrote so many and produced so many hit records. Like, you guys are incredible, bro. Like, honestly, I always admire, like, you know, how a person can take how they feel and compose poetry, then come back, play music, layer that, add vocal, like the stuff that y'all do is just unbelievably magical. I mean, and if it's a great song, it lasts forever.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It, like, you can hear Whitney Houston's song right now and we'll just stop.
Yeah.
You know, we'll hear Luther Vandross, or we'll hear let me think of a Mariah Carey, one of her ballads. Sorry, I should have told you.
That's right. Yeah.
That song right there, you just be like, man, I should have told that bitch.
Tell him.
I love the bass. I let her get on the plane. God damn, bro. You know, so I'm doing it in a joking way, but honestly, what I'm trying to say is that thank you. You know, thank you for being gifted like that, to be able to give us your gift through your music, your writing, your production, that we can have an experience. I love that.
And thank you, man. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for the wonderful storytelling that you've done over the years as well. I mean, from us as musicians, we need inspiration. And one of the greatest things that, or at least I think the chemistry that we have as musicians and comedians and just entertainers overall is just our stories.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? True. And so we'll watch a comedy joint and be like, oh, that's a song right there.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You should have wrote a booty call song. Let's talk about this booty call. Because I heard a song not too long ago called Sneaky Link.
Yeah.
It's basically a booty call, Sneaky Link, right? And I'm like, why are you trying to call it Sneaky Link? It don't sound the same. Booty call is better. Because booty call, like, lets you know the booty on the way, right? Sneaky Link is like, it feels dirty. Like, not that it's a bad thing, but I'm saying when you say Sneaky Link, like, where? Like, where is it gonna be? Like, do you have to wear gloves? You know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you say booty call, it sounds fun. Like, wow, I want 2 of those. You know?
Oh man, that's good. See, that's good.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, one of my, I haven't told a lot of people this. I've only told this to very few of my friends about me. One of my dreams, or one of my bucket list things, is to write a hit song.
Come on.
And so I I joined BMI, like this is like when I was on MTV in the 90s. I got my, went in and got registered as a songwriter, right? And I have written half of songs, 30, 40, half of songs. Yeah. Wrote the first bar and then died and forgot what the rest is gonna be. I just have the phrase, or like you said, that's a song. Yeah. I'll see something or I'll hear something and I'll be like, I came up with this, with the title, but I don't know what the song is. Yeah. So I called Tim. And I said, Tim, man, I got this idea for a song. He said, just come in the studio. Just come in the studio and don't worry about, you'll figure it out in the studio. Just come in the studio, come with your ideas, and we'll just sit down. And I was like, is that how y'all do it? Like you got an idea, you hear it, you put it in your phone, and then you just like, yo, I'm going to the studio tonight and see if I can lay something down. Yeah. That's how it works? Absolutely. Wow. I mean, it's alchemy at its best, in the sense of taking something from your mind or being inspired by what somebody may say, and then say, all right, cool. Like, how can I put this to song form? Like, thinking of the chords. I want this to be dark. Do I want it to be bright? Do I want it to be upbeat? Do I want it to be a ballad? You know what I mean? Like, all of this goes into, like, really capturing the emotion of the concept. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just really setting the vibe. And sometimes we hit it right on the head, and sometimes we be way off. And most times we be way off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times we don't know what we're doing, but we gonna find it though. Yeah. When we stay in here, if we stay in here, we gonna find it. Question. I got to do this with you because you are super fun, and I always love my East Coast people because we just got our own kind of swag. You feel me? Like, on the show, we always play a game called All Facts, right? Yeah. I ask you a question, you guys got to keep it 1,000, keep it 100, tell the truth. All right, cool. Ready? All right, Kevin Ross, All Facts. You get an opportunity to follow one of the most powerful singers, and you have to kill. Who you putting in front of you? Ooh. And put the pressure on yourself. I'm talking apply pressure. That's a tough one. Dead or alive? Dead or alive. Who would you have to follow? That's a tough one. Go ahead. All right. Top 3. Luther. Oh, you can't. You ain't gonna be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? Luther on a good night. Okay, go ahead. That's good. You gotta work. You gotta work out. We gotta work. But in order to be better, in order to be great, you know what I mean? I gotta hang with the greats. There it is. Luther is a straight problem. Go. Marvin. Oh, bro. It's tough. It's tough. It's gonna be a tough night. Yeah. Kev, you gotta be in the back doing push-ups right now. He gotta be stretching. Hey man, stretch Kev, because he got a fight of his life tonight. All right, and number 3, who you got? You picked 2 monsters. That's great though. Oh my gosh. I can't even say one person, but I say the Whispers. Just as a unit? Yeah, the twins. The twins was the twins is crazy. They a problem, God. Bro. What's their names right now? I'm thinking I know the twins' names right now, drawing a blank. I know how they look. With the thick ass mustaches. What's the name, Chaz, of the Whispers, the twins? G. Walter. Scott, Walter and Scotty. Yeah. So you gonna put. This is what I like about you. See, this is how you know this cat real. He ain't picked no easy day. He ain't picked no easy win. He went for the juggler. I gotta work. Luther. That's gonna be crazy. Marvin will spank you laying on the sofa. I seen that. I seen Marvin Gaye lay across the sofa like he ain't want to rehearse and was tearing the frame and the whole goddamn wallpaper off. And then you gonna go with Walter and Scotty from the Whispers. For all you young bucks out there, go do your research and see about the Whispers, and you see if you go keep on loving me. Yeah. With the choreography. What? And they both their mustaches match perfectly, and they got the best afros I ever seen in my life. All right, you did really well with that one. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. All Facts with Kevin Ross singing. No, All Facts with recording artist, producer, singer Kevin Ross. You get to do the duet that changes your career. Ooh. That you are now doing stadiums, O2, around the world. You and this one particular artist do this ballad that captures love in the essence of oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. Who would the artist be and why? On a stadium level? Yeah, we gotta go big, baby. Get your weight up. Wow.
I gotta think of who's on that stadium level right now.
Yeah, let's go.
That could do that.
I got two choices off the top.
You got two choices off the top?
I got one that's a little different for you.
Yeah.
But I think you could do that shit.
Hold up. You gotta give me that one. That'll be the source of inspiration.
Rihanna.
Okay.
And the reason I say that, because Rihanna could do sexy ballads too. And I think you and her could just do some shit that would be so motherfucking lit. Like, people won't see that come, be like,
That's
a good one. I just thought, it just popped in my head, Rihanna.
That's kind of tough.
You and Rihanna would be a problem. Because what'll happen is they'll think they're going for Rihanna, and then they'll catch you and they get their head blown off. Sniper.
I wasn't even thinking.
That would be bananas, right? Because I remember when she did that joint with Tiara Thomas.
Yeah.
That Tiara Thomas, when she was on it first, I think how she told me that they heard it, Wale, blah, 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 and she came on it, and then it went
crazy.
It went crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it was a sexy ass song about like not being able to love somebody the way you want me to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But imagine you and her doing something that's kind of rocky, rock star, sexy. It's a wrap. Out of here. You got on the leather jacket, everything. I see you. You see that? Your manager, he's like, he about to call.
Right?
He about to call. He about to make the call right now. I can tell.
Yeah.
He got 29 zippers.
Yeah.
I could give you another one that I think would be good, but I'm gonna go a different way.
Yeah.
So I gave you the rock star kind of Rihanna vibe, but I think if I could do something like where you'd be a little more like mid-tempo and just kind of a vibe. I mean, you could do Tony Braxton.
Tony.
But if I wanted to challenge you and do like right now, you and Jasmine Sullivan would be the problem.
Ooh, we gotta make that happen. We gotta make
you and Jasmine Sullivan, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it's gonna be a sing a goddamn song. Y'all, Jasmine
Sullivan,
you and Jasmine would be great. Like,
that's crazy.
Oh my God! Every artist know I'm not lying. You and Jasmine Sullivan would be bonkers because it's gonna be, you got us, you got the fellas, and she got the girls, and it's going back and forth, and y'all taking turns tearing the roof off. You crazy?
And Jazz got the bars.
What?
She got them bars.
Jazz, you next. Jazz, you got to be on top, Bill. I love you so much. I love you, Jasmine Sullivan, and another artist I like too is Money Long. I like her.
Yeah,
I like Money.
Man, her pen game is
unreal. Yeah, unreal. This is why I love your class.
Yeah,
you guys are cooking, bro. Like I'm throwing names out there because these are people that I just really dig, and I just think they're like kind of like in their own lane. They dope ass artists, and you get to discover them on the internet, or somebody will do a. What up, baby? Or somebody will do like a challenge with your song, and it'll blow up. And I got a win Money Long from the Hours and Hours thing.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it on the radio.
Yeah.
I heard it on Instagram on somebody's reel, trying to sing her verse, and next thing I know, it was everywhere. It just went crazy. So maybe that's the way people drop songs now. I don't know. Do they do it in a playful way, or is that intentional?
I mean, you can experiment now. Because social media, it allows for you to, and me and my photographer were actually talking about that maybe a couple hours ago, in the sense of like, really previewing records online, right? So instead of just dropping them and being like, okay, I hope they like it, it's more so to say, all right, well, I did a verse and a hook, I like it, but let me go on live real quick. Let me do this post to see if people can react to it, and let me put a duet up to see how many people can actually, engage with it and get involved. And that's kind of your litmus test. So
we didn't have that 20 years ago.
Yes,
that's actually kind of dope. This is why you winning, motherfucker. This motherfucker got this shit locked, baby. Hey, Kev, one more thing I want to ask you. As far as about with songwriting, which is another one of the places I just love to talk about, because I have so many friends that are songwriters, and you guys are like one of the most amazing songwriters I ever met is Diane Warren.
Oh yeah.
And when people wanted a certain song or style or nostalgic or a absolutely amazing love ballad, they would go to Diane Warren, and she would say, what do you want the people to feel? She probably smoke a joint or two and come out the kitchen,
you know it,
right?
You know it.
And come out there and write you some shit that's gonna go 18 billion records, right?
Yeah.
When you think of Kevin Ross, and what would your thing be if, as a songwriter, you say, I can write you blah blah blah. What would you say is a trademark of Kevin Ross?
I can write you a love song that's clear and poignant, but I just want to go back to Diane Warren. Okay. So I had a chance to work with her.
No way.
A couple of years ago. So
one of the legends. Shout out to Diane Warren. Legend.
So I went into the layer.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like she owns a whole building. Remember, she bought, I think her building is like literally right down the street. So she bought like Old Atlantic building, right? So she owns the whole building. So she put me in like this little office and she's like, all right, I got 3 songs for you. And so it's like all of these pieces of paper that's on the floor, like transpose stuff and lyrics everywhere, like really like a kind of like a genius layer. So she sits at the piano and she sings each and every song, verse, hook, bridge, like literally to you. And then you pick from there. So she ain't got no demos. It ain't no like.
Oh, this is old school.
Old school.
I'ma sing it to you. Cause I wrote it.
I'ma sing it to you.
You know how gangster that is. You don't want to play it for it? I am gonna play it for you.
And it would look tough. And I mean, one thing, if you really get to know Diane Warren, I love Diane Warren. But you know, when you think about her songs and how loving and you know, it's like fairy tale and like she's, I wouldn't say the polar opposite, but she's really far from that. Right. She's like really down to earth, like cursing every 5 words. Right. Like she's really like
a real chick.
She's really about that, and she's a hustler.
Right.
Most importantly, like one thing's for certain, like she doesn't have an admin deal. She's not in a co-publishing situation. That's why, you know, I want to say that Diane is probably one of the biggest to ever do it, even business-wise, because she's still pushing records. Like she'll be at award shows, like and she'll find different artists or whatever, and she'll try to sell you a song. She a hustler, bro. Like
hey, yo, that's dope as fuck though.
She don't care.
And how did I just think to bring up her name and you had a full throttle Diane Warren story?
Yeah, same Diane Warren, David Foster, Babyface. I work with a lot of OGs in the game.
Yes,
bro.
sir.
So it's been dope.
So this is no coincidence that you're sitting here.
Nah,
this is purposeful. You earned your stripes. Can we make some? Hey. Kev, tell everybody how they can stay in touch with you, man. I want my fans, I want everybody that's watching and listening to be a part of the Kevin Ross experience.
Okay, which camera?
Go right here, this one, right down the middle.
Look, make sure that you follow me at Kevin Ross Music on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok now. That's I am Kevin Ross. Look, if you want to go to one of my shows, it is kevinrossmusic.com for all things Kevin Ross, merch, tours, recent music, all that stuff, man. I appreciate y'all.
And one more. Talk about your liquor.
General order number 3. Coming to you in stores. You understand?
You dig?
You understand? Yeah.
Thank you. I had to make sure.
And that is a gift for you, sir.
Oh, well, I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to drink.
Yeah. Give me the review.
I'm going to add this to the bar right here.
Give me the review.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to definitely make sure I do that, man. And I want to say thank Kevin Ross for just giving us this array of light today. He came in here, man, bringing such positive energy to Top Billin' and giving us just a little snippet of how he thinks, how he has worked his magic as an artist, a producer, and a songwriter. Man, I love it, bro.
Thank you,
hey, man,
brother.
Black excellence all the way.
Yes,
shout out to the DMV, only on Top Billin', baby. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Top Billin'. K Ross in the building. Hey, man, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Hey, up next, K Ross in the building.